So, what's going on?
Oh, nothing.
What's up, y'all?
I'm tired today. Tired. Now, I mean, I'm tired every day, but particularly today, I don't.
Why?
'Cause, I feel like my job is like draining me, completely draining me. And then after that, I went to the gym. Then I went to go vote. And so normally, I try to, you know, do something to myself before we hit this live button. But I just was like, you know what?
Yeah, excuse me too, because I'm trying to do two things at once.
I
But
feel like we
What
all on
was
the same page with that. I didn't touch my hair and I got a breakout going on. And it was just like, okay, I put on this little t-shirt. I'm like, this is it today.
yeah,
It's one of
but
those days, guys.
we all three voted though, right?
definitely.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
And you know what? When I went into the voting place, I noticed that they do not have the electronic machines no more.
Nope.
Thank you, Donald Trump, for making this
They gave
process
you like a ballot
Yeah.
with a manila envelope or folder.
Or you could do
And
the one that you could electronically do, and it comes back out to you. I had that at my poll.
well, they put it in a machine.
yeah,
Like they put it like after we filled it out, like they put it in the machine.
Well, did you put yours inside the machine and
Y-
electronically do it at first?
no.
You did
no.
it where you scribbled it in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, because they had to, you could choose, and I chose the one where you put the thing in and just do it on the machine.
Yeah, we didn't
Oh,
get
okay, okay. Oh, you got an upgrade over there. You got something fancy going on at your poll.
Mm-hmm. Right by the hood.
that made me sit down with this little
Oh, man. I
privacy
definitely
thing to
voted for
pull that thing
myself.
out with a pen.
I put
you
myself
wrote
in.
yourself in?
Yeah, I put myself in for a write-in.
Period.
Shoot,
I,
I should have did that.
look,
For real. There was a lot of empty spaces.
that's what I'm saying. I'm about to start looking before the election to see which space ain't
For
nobody.
real. I hope everybody got out and vote because it was really, really important. These votes, these elections are really, really important.
My thing is, I still didn't know a lot of people on there.
Well, I know one thing that we were looking at particularly was our McKeesport School Board, and they said there was 4 seats available. And guess what? I only had 4 votes to give, honey.
I only gave 3.
Because I'm like,
Yeah.
for some of them other ones, for some like you got,
Hey,
I just feel like you got to earn my vote, and
you do.
And
You
that's how
definitely
I'm
got
looking
to
at
earn
it
my
too.
vote. Don't just think on GP. I'm going to vote for you because I didn't.
That was my big thing. Like, I don't know you, and you didn't make yourself noticeable. So why would I vote for you?
exactly. So
Yeah. I ain't really see. I didn't. I mean, what was we supposed to do? Go off of signs, like who had the best sign, or
Exactly.
however many signs was in a spot, or whoever had the fanciest sign. Like I don't know what we were supposed to go off of. A couple of Facebook posts. I don't know.
Like, I don't even know if you believe in God.
like,
And to me, it's really not a game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not a game. And um, these seats that are up for city council, mayor, the school board, all of them, they're so important. So I really do hope people did their voting today. They got about 30 minutes.
and you know what? Some of them things I even left blank. And the reason why I
Oh,
left it blank is because I'm like, I don't know who this person is. If I consider my vote valuable, if
it
I
is.
think that my vote matters, then
It's a
I'm
piece
not
of
going to
gold.
be giving it out all willy nilly.
It's a piece of gold.
And to me, y'all didn't earn it, so therefore, I just kept it moving.
I should have did
Mhm.
that for all of them, but some of them I did play eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Did you?
Yeah. Or if the name seemed like it was a little bit more um diverse, I might have clicked you.
Oh, just off the name.
Yeah, I'm like I don't even know. Like they need to start having people's picture up there too.
Wouldn't that be
Seriously,
nice? That would be nice.
seriously.
I wish we did the Pittsburgh for mayor one day, man.
Why you was
Yeah.
voting for Ed Gainey?
I don't think I would vote for him. I don't know that. I would have had to do some more deep diving in his situation because the way Paduda made it seem like he's a snakester. But I don't know that to be true. That might just be a snake
Man,
campaign.
put those ads against Ed Gainey. He was coming at his neck.
You would think he was like a
Yes.
coward.
Yes. Yes. It went down. Like, so that's why I don't understand why. I mean, yeah.
But I was definitely would have liked to have been involved in that race.
Yeah. Did y'all watch the couple of debates that they had?
I watched the one I was telling you guys about, but other than that, I ain't see anything else.
Yeah, they had. They did. I seen three. They did three that I seen on the different news outlets.
Oh yeah, the three different local ones.
Uh-huh. Yep. So I watched it and it went down on all three of them.
He was sounding good on the ABC one.
Huh?
He was sounding good on the ABC one. That's what brought him to my attention. He was sounding real good.
Who, Ed
Hmm.
Gainey?
Yeah, again, he was sounding good. He was spitting that shit. But there was
Yeah.
another dude too that was. There's a white dude.
Morano,
Probably, yeah. He seems
Moreno,
like he was
and then there was
spitting
another guy too. I can't even remember
Thompson.
his name.
Thompson.
I feel
Yep.
like ultimately Peduto is going to retain his seat. That's just my gut feeling.
He might. He might.
He probably will. I hope people got out in the city and voted. If they want change, everybody screaming change. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. Well, we already know that it's not happening with the people that's there. Get out and vote and get somebody in new so we can see what they can do. I mean,
That's my big thing too. I wonder how many people voted in our area as far as like black people.
I don't know. I don't know. But you know, with these local elections, they always talk about how low the turnout is. So,
People don't
yes.
take it serious.
so
I made an effort to come back to McKeesport to make sure I voted today.
good. I'm proud of you.
Good, good. Yes.
I'm really proud of you.
Yes. That's what's up. That's yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just me being involved in it, like with y'all two, and like actually having toil on and doing all that made me be committed to actually do that. Because future years, if I was somewhere else, like local voting couldn't inconvenience me. I wouldn't have went. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
I'm
just be
I'm
like,
so glad she came on and gave
Sean
her
Davis. Sean Davis says, "I think he will retain also. I see more bad ads on TV for Gainey than Peduto. Yeah, I did too, Sean.
Oh yeah,
like
for
and it was
sure.
bad.
Definitely did.
Yes.
So
It's going down in the city. I hope people did their due diligence and
Well,
went out and voted.
I hope I win for constable.
you hope you win the constable. You put yourself in constable.
I put myself in as for constable. I was like, who will want to be the constable? Nobody.
I know that's what I told. That's what I told Duke. I was like, I should have wrote my name down for constable. He was like, oh, you want to be the Jakes?
People be sick as fuck if I pull up to their house like you got a warrant.
I'm like, yeah, I'm knocking on doors.
Yeah. All of them.
I
We
don't
get
I
know,
some people
mean,
with
but the same guy
PPP
who's been
first.
constable around here hasn't he been constable for a long time?
What'd you say?
yes.
The same
I
person.
don't even know who the constable is. I mean,
I don't know his name, but I feel like the constable around here been a constable for a minute.
If I
well,
still can't be constable because that was my homie. You talking about the one with the big gray beard? I mean mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if he's still doing it or not.
I don't
He
know.
let me keep
No.
my phone with me when he arrested me one time. I'm sitting there making calls from the jail cell. People thinking I'm lying. He's like, gotta take you in, but you can keep your phone. I said, word.
Wow.
Well, I mean, local elections are important, so hopefully
So
everybody got
important.
out to
So
vote.
important. I
Um,
cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough.
yeah, I did my due diligence, and then I think that also maybe people need to think about it in a different way because we do pay these people salaries as taxpayers. Um, so you could think of them as like you're involved in the hiring process. You really are.
See, my thing
Yes.
is that's why they need to highlight the local elections more than what they do. Like the judges and things like that.
Sean Davis says, I also believe that they are splitting the black vote in Duquesne against Nicole Nesby. Mm.
They
Mm.
are. I could agree. I agree. And McKee Sport too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that they trying to get her out.
They definitely are trying to get her out. But now that brings up another question I have. Do y'all believe that she should be ousted?
I don't think so. I think that they hate that she's for the people.
Yeah, politics is definitely corruption legally, Sean. Yeah, definitely. But I think like instead of us acting like we don't have a say, we need to be more empowered behind, our vote matters. It really does. If it didn't, they wouldn't be doing so much to suppress it. Just look at what we were just talking about how they changed the whole structure of how we vote.
And, and look how she got in there because people came out and voted. She was the first black mayor over there.
She was the first black
Probably
mayor,
female
but
too.
He's saying she exposed too much.
And they don't like that. They do not like it at all.
they
No,
They
don't.
want the yes man in there. They want anybody that's gonna go along with the bullshit that's already in. So you
It's
got
so
to
weird.
you
It's
yeah.
so weird to see a city that's struggling don't want change. You know what I mean? That's so weird to me.
right.
Stuck,
Right.
stale,
It's wild to me.
stagnant.
So I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, people have went out to vote. I know in McKeesport we were looking at the school board heavy, but there were also elections for judges and stuff like that. I was for a few people
Yes.
in those categories as well. Um,
Yes.
so we'll see how it turns out.
Yes, we will.
And shout out to the people who ran. It takes courage to do that and want to make
It
change.
definitely does.
So,
Shout out to the people that ran for with good agendas.
what? Okay.
What
Okay.
he say?
He said, shout out to the people who ran with good agendas.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. All
For
right.
sure. I feel like I wanted to say, but before we switch topics, I wanted to say for these local elections, just like how the commercials was, for the Pittsburgh mayor run. I feel like it should be like that for all entities. They got to get out there. We got to see what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to hear what's going on and why I should give you my vote. Like, you know what I'm
Not just the
saying?
names on the
So
Well,
paper.
Kenya, they might not have that much money. Like them ads cost.
those ads do cost, but it's 2021 with the different platforms that we have that you walk around and you pay that high ass bill every month to have an iPhone or whatever. The things that you could do, like, you know what I'm saying? A candidate could have just sat down in front of their own camera and put
It did a
something out.
YouTube. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Did a YouTube or whatever. Like they could have did anything. There's too many ways to get the word out. And I feel like we had this conversation, just how, it's 2021. This is how people is getting their news. People have their phones in their hand all day.
All day. Mm-hmm.
all day. So if you know that that's how people is getting their information, you need to put that out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. Like I was just supposed to vote for you because what? Like I'm
Because
just
your name,
confused
because
because
you got a familiar name.
I'm taking the seats on the McKeesport school board very personal, very personal. So it's very personal for me.
Mm-hmm.
I know it needs changed. I know it needs changed.
Mm-hmm.
But you want the right
So
people to change it.
definitely the right people have to be there.
You don't want mini me's coming up underneath.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody that's going to come in there and keep going along with the bullshit that's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. And
so
I
that's
think
how I
like
feel about that
I think
shit.
the
So I
people
really
who
do
I
hope people
voted
got out
for, I'm
and
pretty
they voted.
confident that the people who I voted for would not go with the status quo or whatever. So, we'll see.
I I mean I hope so. I know that it's very intimidating. Over here. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a power struggle over here. So I definitely do shout out the people who had the courage to get up and run. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? But ultimately, as the community, I need to know wholeheartedly that you got my best interest at heart.
For sure.
And that's
Sean,
for any individual that holds a seat in the city where I live at.
Sean Davis is saying it does take courage, but it's also bad for people who did bad 20 years ago that want to help but can't help. For instance, running for school board or redevelopment authority, there's a lot of the same. I don't know that I understand
What
that, Sean.
what did he say?
It does take courage, but it's also bad for people who did bad 20 years ago that want to help but can't help. For instance, running for school board or redevelopment.
Because of their record is why they can't run for those seats because they have a record from
Oh
20
yeah,
years
that's
ago.
what he mean. Like somebody like how what Corey went through. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that I do know that people do change and want what's good. And I ultimately think that those people,
Yeah.
I
true.
don't know who that is. Yeah, it's definitely power though. For sure. It's definitely power. We know that for a fact.
So
So that's why I said I take all the seat. I take That's why I said my vote is personal for all the seats in the community where I live at. Like you know what I'm saying? It is a piece of gold. You have the power because if somebody can literally win by just one vote, and that one vote could be you. You don't
right,
even know.
because we already know that people do not usually turn out for local elections. They just don't. So, like I was
Yes.
telling y'all an example of before when I went to my voting place and they told me I was like, it was a number in the single digits who had been there, and I went there after work. So y'all know I was there
Mhm.
like after
Mhm.
6 o'clock, and the number was in the single digits, and I could not believe it. I'm like, so
Jesus.
Right.
y'all sat here all day, and I'm only like the sixth or ninth person or whatever to come in.
Right.
That is
Right.
absolutely crazy to me.
I
So
don't
what
know.
you trying to say is I should have had y'all vote for me too for constable instead of
Yeah, if
somebody
I
that
knew
had to
you were
testify.
running, I would have
If
definitely.
you should have told me to write you in. I would have wrote you in.
Look, I went out like 10 in the morning too. I should have been like, yeah.
Yes.
You should have.
Yes.
I would have wrote you
Yes.
in. Why not?
You probably need like 6 votes to win.
I mean, wasn't nobody down, so I mean, two could have won. You don't know.
Swear. Swear.
Yeah,
I'm
Sean
like,
is
all right, so
crazy.
what I
We
gotta
always
do
complain
now?
and don't vote. Mhm.
Yeah, like, oh, Tommy, you won. Like, oh yeah, so what I gotta do now?
Swear. How much I get paid?
Right? How much I get paid?
I got weekends off. They like,
Yeah,
nope,
let's get it.
All
nope.
right.
All right, so I wanted to switch gears a little bit and ask y'all, what do y'all think about them lifting some mask restrictions, being that some people, a lot of people are getting vaccinated. I guess it's not as much as the government would like, but however, I feel like they put, my personal opinion is that they put it out there, that yeah, people who have been vaccinated, you can go ahead and go in public and private places and not have your mask on and da 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 da. I felt like that was targeted. That message was targeted to the people who don't want to get vaccinated.
Yes, it's bait. It's bait.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
The government is the government is slowly but surely uh being transparent about how they want the people to do. They want us all to be vaccinated. Like they're
Yeah.
not even they're not even subtle about it.
And listen, here's my issue with the whole thing. I do not consider myself an anti-vaxxer. And the reason why I don't is because I'm not trying to influence somebody to not get vaccinated. I
Right.
feel like it is my personal choice to not get vaccinated at this time. Um, I don't look at people who got vaccinated any kind of way, like
Right.
I'm happy they
judging
did
them.
do
It's
it.
just my personal choice to not do that right now. Um, do I feel like I should be punished for it? No.
Mm-hmm. No.
I mean, and then what is it to anybody else if I get out here and get COVID-19?
Well, you could give it to somebody else. You could
Because it's still out here. People are still getting COVID, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. I just don't feel like there was enough people vaccinated for them to even say that. So I feel like they should have just kept it the way it was throughout the
And
summer.
Sean
my,
Davis is saying, talk about these people about to go to jail for PPP. Sean Davis.
Ah! And jump right on there. All right, Sean. Woo!
well, North
That's
Braddock look like they taking the lead.
hey, that's what he want to chit chat about.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, Kenya. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I can go ahead. I can.
Yeah, I want you to set it off, Kenya.
I mean, I just all I'm saying is I seen Andy Sheehan knocking on fucking doors
She said he
over in the
fucking
North
Andy.
Braddock and Braddock area. So
Andy Sheehan.
yeah,
All right. What Andy Sheehan talk about?
he was going to the addresses that was on the list who was saying that they were barbers and
Is that the
beauticians.
cop?
Andy
That's
Sheehan is a
Andy.
news reporter.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
a news reporter.
what
He's the
was
one that
this?
brought it to the chief. He
What
brought it to the chief.
Oh, Andy's a hater for real.
Andy Sheehan is a news reporter for KDKA.
Is he a snitch, a hater?
that's the
He
investigator.
is a news reporter. He's an investigative news reporter.
Yeah. He always do stuff like that. But
Andy Sheehan brought it to the police.
He brought it to the attention. That's my perspective of it.
did anybody open their door?
People people were shouting through their doors saying that, such and such ain't live here, or they ain't know that person cut here. Um, there was an abandoned house. Like, it was a whole story, and it's really, really crazy because the ignorance that I've seen over the last week or two, or however long it's been about it, is really like it's a game, and it's really not. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So if Andy Sheehan was looking at that list, ain't no telling who else was looking at that list.
I'm so mad you keep saying Andy.
Cause that's who brung it to me. That's
Hey,
who brung it to me.
I was listening to somebody who got cut up on that when they was younger. He was like, what people don't realize is they think just because the feds ain't try to come get them the first year that they think they cool. It's like that. Sometimes they'll wait 3-4 years before they come get you. It's like,
It don't even. Yes.
yeah,
Sean Davis talking about calling yourself a beauty salon and you live in 4D Crawford Village. Sean, Sean,
swear.
listen.
Hey, there was a beauty salon at an abandoned house over there in Braddock. There was a barber at somebody's house. They said, I ain't know he cut hair. I ain't never seen him cut hair. Like,
Listen, I'm not going to mention any names specifically, but I told y'all before last week that I did look at the list because I am nosy. I was running through there, and there was quite a few people, and I was like, I did not know that she had a beauty salon or he had a barbershop. So, in order for you to make enough money to be eligible to get $20,000, I
You
would
gotta
think
have
that I would have at least heard of
you gotta have employees on your
having
payroll.
this.
I'm just mad about the ignorance. I'm going to just keep saying it over and over again. I'm just really, really upset about the ignorance of people thinking that it's really a game. Like, what they did was okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got the money, when the lenders come a knocking, you better have that plus some.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
See, my thing is, you probably
And if
pay
you
somebody
don't,
five stacks just to fill out the application.
Listen, I feel like I said this last time, but I'll say it again this time. When I was younger, I didn't do nothing like this, but I did something that I know I shouldn't have been doing. And the bottom line is,
absolutely.
when it comes down to it, even if you don't go to jail, they're gonna hem you up to where they're gonna make things more
Yes. I'm
uncomfortable.
like, don't get it fucked up. I'm not wishing jail on anybody. And I don't think that everybody is, even the doors that they was knocking on those people, they're probably not going to go to jail. But just like I said last week, you don't fuck with the IRS because it doesn't matter. Just like Toby said, it could be next year, it could be 10 years from now. Anything that you're attached to, they're going to get their money. And then when they tack on the penalties and all of that shit, it's over. Period.
Fair, because
Period.
they're gonna have to pay it back if they don't have the
Flipped it more than once too. Like, keep flipping that shit until they come knocking.
because the thing is you're gonna have to pay it back if you can't present the documentation in order to get the loan
And
for it.
that's when it becomes fraud. That's
Yes.
when it becomes fraud.
Well,
And
wouldn't
that's
it
what he was
already
saying
be
too.
fraud? It's already fraud because
He was
you
like, "It's like, what you gonna do about your employees that you said you had?"
Like,
it's
it didn't
already
say
fraud.
grant. It said loan. It said loan. Like, and that's crazy to me.
But it's already fraud because it's a non-existent business. And
Yeah.
then on top of it, in order to CYA, you'll probably present fraudulent documentation. Because a lot of people ain't gonna really go out like that, like, yeah, cop to it. They're gonna try to present fake pay stubs and do the most. And then, now you're gonna have that another fraud charge for that part.
Yeah, that shit ain't cool. I mean, if they flip the fuck out of it. So you could pay that plus the penalties because
Pay
they're
it
gonna
back.
hit y'all with some. They're gonna definitely hit y'all with some penalties.
Mm-hmm.
So just be able to pay that and pay for a good representation because you're gonna need that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all. That's pretty much all I had to say about it. But Andy Shin is on people's heels. Is all the fuck. I'm gonna say that too. Andy Shin is on people's heels.
Why
Like,
am I cracking up what you talking about?
because
Andy Shin. Like, wait,
I can't even, but that's a part of what he do. He's an investigator reporter. So he
listen.
investigates shit.
Why was I about to text you the other day talking about Paul Van Osdal is out here? Like, but it was actually Andy Shin.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm glad I didn't have that because I was strong and wrong. I was about to say, boy, Paul Van Osdal ain't playing.
Man. So
Where did your
that's
co-host
all.
go?
I don't know. That's all I really had to say about that shit. I ain't get that shit.
See, and that's the thing too, Sean. We know that some people money has not been dispersed to them, but yet you will still be on the hook for putting in a fraudulent application.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they could do to you, but the information that you're presenting in that application is fraud.
And maybe it's better that they didn't get the money. Like maybe that was
Maybe.
good for them
Mm-hmm. So,
in a sense. Like,
I
you
don't know.
know?
Yeah,
So
it's crazy. I mean, I did not anticipate. I mean, I knew the whole PUA thing, and there's people getting over with that.
you say getting over?
Yeah, with the whole PUA.
Well,
Then
there's people getting sentenced to that shit too for the fraud.
for
A
PUA,
couple entertainers, or
for
dude from
PUA,
that boy group from back in the day. I can't remember the group.
who Pretty Ricky?
Yeah,
No, he did PPP.
he did PPP.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas Mo did the PUA.
Oh, did he?
He's
Okay.
facing 12 years.
Wow. Wow. So I mean, I
And like technically, like even if he don't go, let's just Arkansas Mo. He's facing 12 years for PUA fraud.
mm-hmm,
He got what $2 million, I think, for a trucking company that he said he had.
mm-hmm.
And he went and paid off his child support and bought all this jewelry, did all of this shit or whatever. So I'm almost sure that he's probably had a background. So
Sean talking
let's
about
just
Andy
say
Sheehan, Channel 2 investigates. Yes, definitely Channel 2.
he said that.
Sean Davis. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yes.
Channel 2. Mm-hmm.
So let's just say he don't go to jail for those 12 years. Like he probably going to do some time given his past history. I don't know, but if he was on paper or had been on paper previously, they gonna hold that shit to him regardless. Like you know what I'm saying. But let's just say he don't go to jail. He's gonna be on some type of parole or probation or something where those people are going to be involved in your life. Like, why do you want those people involved in your life? Now you got to live by their rules.
Yeah. Was it worth
And then
it?
you're going to have to start paying all of that fucking money back.
Right. I don't think that that's worth it. I just don't. And I don't know if the people who decided to fraud, like, did y'all think this through, or did y'all feel like, oh, it's worth it? I'm gonna go for the gusto and.
I feel like people looked at it, the risk factors, because people is out here in these streets. Okay, I ain't gonna say what they doing out here in these streets, but people is out here in these streets, and when they out here in these streets, it's a risk, and the risk factor is high. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure people probably weighed their options. Like, well, shit, I'm out here in these streets every day taking a risk. I might as well take a risk with this. It's kind of like a 50-50 for them in hindsight, maybe.
There's
I'm
some who I
just
could say
I'm
that,
just
but then
speculating.
there's some who I could probably say that, but then there's others that be like, yeah, you're not really out in these streets. You just fraud. Like, so. Oh no. Sorry. I guess your co-host is back.
Okay.
So where we at?
We was talking about the PPP loans and all that.
Oh, okay.
And Kenya keep talking about Andy Sheehan, and I told her I swore it would have been Paul Van Osdal, but it was Andy Sheehan.
It was Andy Sheehan.
So
I'm gonna have to try to find that on YouTube.
what, Andy Sheehan? Oh man, they was down there in Braddock. They coming to
knocking
your door
on
next
doors.
week.
Like, dude literally was knocking on people's doors, like with the paper in his hand. Like, well, it says that there's a barber shop
Wait.
here.
Sean, thank you for bringing that up. We talking about what about these food stamps? Listen, Sean, I'm getting $3,300 in food stamps for 1 month. Like y'all
I ain't
is
mad about the
not.
fucking stamps. Fuck the stamp roll up. I don't even care. I'm mad as fuck. I ain't getting that.
Listen, I'm over here waiting for my PEBT, and folks is getting $3,000 a month.
Yes.
Listen,
Jeez.
y'all is not that hungry.
Yes, they is. Yes, they are.
Like it's
Yes, they
time to
are.
buy a deep freezer.
Go get a deep freezer. Cause let me tell you something. When I get that little PEBT card in the mail,
Mm-hmm.
I hope I got racks. Like
Strip district all
I
day.
know. I mean,
racks.
honestly, just given the amount of because my kid was hybrid, so I'm guessing I'm probably not going to get racks, but
You never know. I'm keeping
I
my
know it's
hopes.
going to be a nice little something considering that her school. I think that they did make it so that from like November to like January they had to be home every day. So I think what the stipulation now is for whatever days that they were home, you are going to get the yes, Sean Davis cookout. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Sean, I got my deep freezer. It's on the way. I ordered it. It was supposed to be delivered today. It's coming here any day, and it's like going down.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
You about to be at
Well, whatever they give me, I'm gonna be very thankful for.
I
I'm
am
telling
too.
you that right now. So whatever they give me, I'm with that. And
Also,
see, that ain't nothing. I ain't gotta fill out nothing. I ain't have to put my social security number in. I ain't have to attach my like I ain't have to do nothing with that shit. So if they gonna send me something with some shit loaded on it, I'm gonna swipe all day.
but see, with the only thing I mean, I am kind of thankful for these people who getting the 3,300 a month because we already know they're gonna be selling them every month. Maybe I
For
shouldn't have said that.
real.
that's a nice flip.
For for real. I
Y'all
mean,
really,
share the wealth. We all can eat. I just look
right?
at it like
And
it's a community thing that you're doing
but
whenever
isn't
you
that
do
what we
that.
pay for? Isn't that what we've been preaching this whole time? Everybody eat. Like
Everybody
literally,
eat.
everybody gonna eat.
Everybody eat.
Everybody.
They need, but
Nobody's going
they
hungry
gonna
out
have to raise the minimum wage up to get these people back to work.
Five. Sean said 5,000 in stamps. Kenya.
Period.
Period. I'll be right back.
Yeah, ain't
Period.
nobody gonna want to work again.
About some stamps, I'll still gotta work.
No, I'm talking about with the there's people that's getting unemployment. They're gonna get the child credit, and they're gonna be getting the food stamp.
Hey, I ain't got no gripes with the food stamps. For real.
If you're getting all three of those, you better be going back to school or something.
I just hope that people just, I mean, shit, shouldn't be hungry. Ooh, what is that noise?
I don't know. It sounds like somebody eating their microphone.
Yes.
I thought somebody had like a dog or something. Let me turn down my volume, make sure it ain't me.
What's up with that static? I can hear some static.
That's what we was just talking about.
Was that you, Tom?
No, that ain't me. Probably.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Yeah, I keep hearing it. I don't know what that is. Um. So, did y'all want to move on to the next thing? You got hear the static when I talk.
Yeah, it's getting worse too. I wonder
So,
if it's because I jumped off and jumped back on or something.
I don't know. Do y'all want me
Oh, it
to?
sounds like it's somebody's internet messing up though.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Oh,
Um,
I really wanted to get into Joe Budden too.
We can.
Yeah, we can't continue. You want me to end it and jump back on or not?
Yeah, let's do that real quick. See if that'll
All right.
work.